You know, for most of our lives, when you thought of entertainment, you thought of one place: Hollywood. Big studios, big networks, the whole shebang. But that entire world, it's been completely flipped on its head. Today, some of the biggest media empires on the entire planet aren't being built in fancy Hollywood lots. Nope, they're being built by individuals with a camera and a YouTube channel.
Remember the whole idea of primetime? The entire family gathering around the TV on a Thursday night at 8 p.m.? That's basically ancient history now. Because get this, according to Nielsen, the single most watched streaming service on actual TVs in the US isn't Netflix, it's not Disney+, it's YouTube. The biggest screen in your house now belongs to the creators. So how in the world did we get here? Well, that's what we're going to break down. First, we'll look at the sheer mind-blowing scale of this takeover. Then, we're going to zoom all the way in on the one person who has absolutely mastered this new world, MrBeast, and we'll dissect his viral playbook. We'll see how he's building a real-world empire from digital views. And then, finally, we'll zoom back out and ask the big question: what does all this mean for the future of entertainment itself? Okay, so first things first, let's just wrap our heads around how massive this shift really is. We're not talking about hobbyists in their bedrooms anymore. Not even close. Today's top-tier YouTube creators are commanding the kind of real-world influence and, frankly, financial power that was once reserved only for movie studios or major sports leagues. Just take a look at the Sidemen, a group of British YouTubers. They decided to host a charity soccer match. And the venue they booked? Oh, just Wembley Stadium. And they sold out all 90,000 seats. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about passive views on a screen. This is real-world physical drawing power, proving the connection these creators have is strong enough to fill one of the most famous stadiums on Earth. And the budgets? They're just getting insane. When MrBeast went to pitch his reality show Beast Games, the reported budget hit $100 million. That makes it the most expensive reality show ever made. Amazon Prime Video snatched it up, and get this, it reportedly drove their single biggest day of new signups in the platform's entire history. Creators aren't just on these platforms anymore, they are the main event. And look, this isn't just about a few superstars at the top. This is an entire economy. In just a 2-year span, YouTube paid out over $70 billion to its creators. That's billion with a B. That is more than the GDP of some countries. It's an economic engine that has literally created a brand new career path and a whole new wing of the entertainment industry. But here's the thing, and this is the most important part. This isn't happening by accident. This is not a fluke. It isn't just luck. At the very, very top, it is a system. It's a science. And to really understand that system, we have to look at the guy who basically perfected it. So MrBeast's success, it's not just about giving away stacks of cash. It's about a deep, almost obsessive understanding of how YouTube actually works and what makes people click. He claims he spent something like 20,000 hours just studying what makes a video go viral. And he's used all that research to build a system that is designed for one thing and one thing only: getting views. And this right here, this is his playbook. And it's not magic, it really is a formula. It all starts with the thumbnail and the title. He obsesses over them to win that initial click. But once you're in, he knows he has about 10 seconds to hook you. From there, the entire video is engineered to keep you watching. Then comes the secret weapon. Every single dollar he makes gets poured right back in to make the next video even bigger, even crazier. And finally, he scales the whole thing globally by dubbing his content into dozens of different languages. When you boil it all down, his entire empire is built on just 2 acronyms that his team obsesses over: CTR and AVD, click-through rate and average view duration. That's pretty much it. Because you have to understand, for the YouTube algorithm, attention is the only currency that really matters. The whole game is just, can you get them to click, and then can you keep them watching? And this is where it gets absolutely wild. This is his leaked retention architecture. It's a literal formula for crafting the perfect video. He knows that most people leave in the first minute, so guess what? That's where he puts all the best stuff. Then he hits you with what he calls crazy progression to get you invested. Right when you might be getting a little bored, boom, a huge spectacle to re-engage you. Even the ending is calculated. It just stops abruptly, so you don't click away early, which protects that precious average view duration. It is a science. Now, this scientific approach to making content isn't just about data points. It's a core philosophy. It's baked right into the company's DNA. And we know this because, thanks to a leaked internal handbook, we can actually get a peek behind the curtain and see exactly how this mindset shapes their entire production process. And this quote from that handbook, it says everything. He's not trying to be Hollywood. He knows that the kind of slow burn movie that might win an Oscar would probably be a complete and total flop on YouTube, because the rules of the game are completely different. A movie can take its time. A YouTube video has to grab you by the throat from the very first second. And here is the brutal math behind that mindset. On one single video, they lost 21 million viewers. That is the entire population of Florida in the first 60 seconds. And he says that's actually good for them. It's why every single second of their videos is obsessed over. I mean, there's simply no time for a slow intro when you're losing a Super Bowl-sized audience every single minute.
This level of commitment is really what sets them apart. Can you imagine spending millions of dollars on a project and then just throwing it in the trash? For him, sunk costs mean nothing. If the final product isn't perfectly optimized to keep you watching, it gets scrapped, period. The only goal is making the perfect YouTube video.
So, okay, once you've completely mastered YouTube, what's the next move? Well, you use that massive audience as the world's greatest launchpad to sell real-world stuff, turning all those views into a physical, tangible empire. All right, let's talk Feastables, his snack company. And this isn't just some merch. This is a real, legitimate brand that is meant to take on giants like Hershey. And the launch was just, well, it was insane. He sold over 1 million chocolate bars in the first 72 hours. He doesn't need to buy a Super Bowl ad when he is the Super Bowl. And this wasn't some slow burn either. The growth has been absolutely relentless. Just look at this timeline. It shows an incredibly aggressive global expansion, hitting major markets all over the world in just over a year. It's proof